You know, in the Forex market, there's this idea that three related currencies should always be in perfect balance. But sometimes they're not. Now, we're not talking about the lightning-fast arbitrage that snaps them back into place. We're here to talk about what happens right after that, the aftershock. This explainer is all about giving you a structured framework to actually trade that corrective process, moving away from guesswork and into a repeatable, systematic method.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to nail down exactly what aftershock trading is. Then we'll dive into the execution framework itself, and after that, the full workflow from start to finish. And finally, we'll look at the toolkit you need to actually make it happen. Ready? Let's jump in. All right, first things first. What in the world are we actually targeting when we talk about aftershock trading? It's a really important distinction, so this section is all about getting that definition right and clearing up any confusion right from the get-go.
So, what is the aftershock? Okay, picture this. There's a tiny pricing glitch between three currencies. Instantly, high-speed computers jump in to profit from it, causing this huge sharp spike. We're not trying to catch that. No way. The aftershock is the market's echo, right? It's the slower, often more predictable process that follows as prices kind of settle back to normal. That is the window of opportunity we're aiming for.
Okay, let's be absolutely crystal clear about what this is not. On one hand, you've got traditional triangular arbitrage. That's a high-frequency trading game. It requires insane speeds, executing on three pairs at once, and it's pretty much off-limits for retail traders. What we're doing is aftershock trading. It's totally different. We're not trying to be the fastest. We're looking for the time lags and the price overshoots that happen during the correction, and we're executing on just a single pair. This is all about making a complex concept practical for the rest of us.
Now, because this isn't some risk-free arbitrage, we absolutely need a structured, data-driven approach. You can't just guess. Our system is really built on two key parts. The first is an analysis tool we call NOWCAST, which is designed to find the opportunity in the first place. The second part is what we call stats, which gives us an objective, statistical baseline to validate what we're seeing. It's all about defining every single trade with hard data, not with predictions or emotion.
All right, so we've covered the what. Now let's get into the how. Let's see how this all comes together to form an actual execution framework, one that's really designed to bring structure and discipline to your trading decisions.
So the heart of this framework is a tool called Catcher, and it's designed to put structure right on your chart. It does two really important things. First, it gives you a crystal clear signal when the entry conditions have been met. No ambiguity. Second, and this is huge, it automatically shows you pre-calculated exits, 3 possible take-profit levels, and a stop-loss. This means the entire trade is defined before you ever click the button, which helps take hesitation and emotional decisions right out of the equation.
Now, working alongside that execution tool, you have the stats board. Honestly, just think of this as your reality check. Instead of flying blind or relying on a gut feeling, it grounds your decisions in cold, hard data, showing you exactly how similar setups have performed historically.
So why is having this statistical baseline so critical? Well, the stats board tells you the historical probability of hitting each of those take-profit levels versus hitting the stop-loss. This lets you objectively see if the current market is behaving like it has in the past. And, what's really important, it avoids cherry-picking. It uses data from all qualifying signals to build that baseline, which keeps the numbers honest and gives you a true, unbiased view to work from.
Okay, so we've seen the core tools. Now let's zoom out a bit and put it all together. This is the complete, systematic workflow that's designed from the ground up for clarity and consistency.
The whole thing doesn't start by staring at one chart. It starts with a bird's-eye view of the entire market. That's where the scanner comes in. Its job is to sift through the whole Forex market, looking at every currency trio across every time frame. Then it grades each potential setup, from A for the best of the best, all the way down to NG for no-go. It's a powerful filter that lets you immediately zero in on only the most promising opportunities out there.
This all boils down to a really simple, powerful, 3-step workflow. Scan, check, catch. It's that easy. First, you scan the market to find those high-potential A or B-rated setups. Second, you check for any blind spots using a quick AI-generated report. And finally, you move to the chart to catch the trade, using the execution tool to confirm the signal and trade with that predefined structure.
And you know, this really gets to the core philosophy of the whole system. The goal isn't to perfectly predict every single market move. It's to create a framework for consistent decision-making. By using the same mold, same process for every trade, you build discipline, reduce hesitation, and help keep emotion out of your execution.
So how do you actually put this all together?
Well, in this final section, we're going to look at the different components that make up the TriParity Pro suite and see how they combine to create this structured workflow.
The suite is designed to be modular, so it lines up perfectly with that workflow we just talked about. The scanner is your discovery engine for the scan step, Catcher is your core execution framework for the catch step, and then there's LiveGap, which is an additional tool designed purely for learning and for understanding what's happening under the hood with these price distortions.
So let's just break this down real quick. Catcher is the core execution tool. That's the engine. The scanner is the recommended add-on that makes finding opportunities so much more efficient. And LiveGap is purely for education. You can pick and choose what fits your process, but the workflow we've designed is scanner, followed by that quick AI check, and then Catcher for the execution.
And I really want to be perfectly clear about LiveGap. This is an optional educational tool. Its only job is to help you see the price distortion in real time, that gap between the synthetic price and the actual price. It's absolutely fantastic for verifying what's happening and deepening your understanding of the market mechanics, but it is not part of the trading workflow and should not be used for making trade decisions.
So I'll leave you with a question to think about. Is your current trading process built on a repeatable, objective structure, or is it too often driven by guesswork and emotion? This framework is designed to give you that structure, to turn a complex market idea into a clear, systematic plan of attack.